Just wanted to go over this really cool course that I've just started doing. It's from Carnegie Mellon University. It's sort of like an advanced intro to database course, and it's really cool. It's currently running right now, so all of the assignments haven't been released yet. That's why I'm taking it. I want to sort of keep up with how when the assignments are released, and just see how the course develops over time. The reason I'm taking it is because the assignments are done in C++, and I want to get experience with that. So if you look at the assignments down here, I won't be doing the homework, but I will be doing the actual assignments. So all of these assignments are going to be done in C++. All of them haven't been released yet. The only one that's released is assignment 0, the primer. So this one was really fun. It's nice and a simple introduction to the toy database system that they're using called BusTub. Let's go into this. So BusTub is really cool. You download it, you install it with CMake. Essentially, it's like, I think it's a fork of Postgres, possibly. I'm not 100% sure, but it's a educational toy database that they've created, or database management system that they've created. And you basically, I can give a little demo. You basically install it with CMake, you run the shell, and then you can use it just like a regular database. I think, can't remember the commands. Show all tables. Yeah, you can see there's a bunch of test tables. We can say, like, we can do select statements from mock T8. And yeah, you can do cool things like that. The idea is this bust-up system isn't completely implemented yet, though. So the idea is, as a student, you will bring this up to full functionality over the course of the semester, which I think is really cool. I find that a really good way to learn is by literally just diving into the code base. And it's always hard. Like, it's always so difficult jumping into a code base when you just feel like you feel like a fish out of water, because you don't know where everything is. You don't know how things are done. Like, you don't know the style. You don't know the processes, the methods. But it's something that I really want to get good at, being able to jump into different code bases, and being able to adapt to how other people, how other teams work. I don't just want to be, I don't just want to be a kind of programmer that just has one way of doing things and then just tries to force that on every team that I'm in. I really want to be able to be a chameleon, dive in and make it look like the code that I'm writing has been written by anyone from the team. You know what I mean? And that's what this is. So I'll go over my answer for assignment 0. Don't continue the video if you want to actually try this yourself, and I suggest you try it yourself. It's good fun. So yeah, here's what I did. Essentially, we are given the task of implementing an OR set, which is a data type that allows for distributed operations on a series of different nodes, and each node is separated from each other node, and they often may be out of sync and may not communicate with each other in real time. But these nodes can eventually keep track of the operations that are done to them, and they can merge the operations when they eventually are able to merge. So for example, if you lose connection with the other nodes, when the network connection returns, you can merge all the changes the other nodes have made into yours, and this data structure guarantees that all of these distributed nodes will eventually be consistent. So it's pretty cool. I'd look into it if you're interested. So we are tasked with implementing, I think 4 or 5 different functions. We implement the contains function, which just tells you whether a OR set contains a certain element. So to do this, I used iterators. So I have a unordered set, and I just iterate through it using the iterators, begin and end. And then for the add function, we're literally just adding it to add an element to the set, given an ID as well. And if there's an ID conflict, we just generate a new ID. So the remove function was interesting because when you, in C++, when you use iterators to iterate through a set and you remove something from the set, that means your iterators are now invalidated. And if you keep iterating after that, you're going to, it's undefined behavior. You're going to have most likely a crash. So what you have to do is, well, what I assumed you have to do is keep a vector of whatever keys you want to erase, and then go through, build up your list of elements and keys that you want to erase from your container, and then you have to loop over it again and delete them. So you can't actually do it in one loop, from what I could tell. So if anyone knows otherwise, please let me know, because the reason I'm doing this is to get better at C++, and I would love to learn better ways of doing this. The merge function was possibly the most complicated one. This is when you merge another OR set into the current OR set. So we have to remove the elements in the current OR set that are equal to the elements in the other OR set's tombstone set. The tombstone set is it's just a way to keep track of what key value pairs have been deleted already, because you want to keep track of what's been deleted, because you can bring them back to life eventually if needed. And then you have to merge the elements of the other OR set into the current OR set. A lot of iterating, and I can show you all the tests currently working. So if I quit BusTub. Yeah, all the OR set tests are working. So the assignment actually, they provide you with the Google Tests suite, which lets you design your code according to what they need, which is really cool. For the actual data structure itself, so here's the actual OR set data structure itself. We just literally keep 2 unordered maps. We have the main set, which contains our elements, and then we have the tombstone set, which contains our deleted elements. It's just a history of deleted elements. I also added this function that generates a unique ID. Then the second part of the assignment was to implement the lower and upper functions in SQL. So I can show you what this looks like. In the BusTub shell, we can say select upper of some string ABC ASDF, and what that's going to do is return the upper version of the characters. And then same thing with lower. That's going to return the lowercase version of these characters. And there it is. So that's what I needed to implement, and we had to return a specific object that allows you to do this. And the object is a string expression. So here we can see if the function name supplied is lower, then we're going to create a shared pointer of string expression, and then we're going to return that shared pointer. We're going to give it the arguments, and we're going to give it the expression type, which is an enum or a class enum defined over here in spring expression.h. The only thing that I was confused about is, what do you do after you throw an exception? So in this case, we throw an exception because we've been given an invalid argument length. We can't call upper or lower on something like this. This should give an error if we supply it with 2 arguments. Yeah. So what are we supposed to return here? So we throw the exception, then we need to return something, because if we don't throw an exception, if we don't return something, the code's going to keep going. So that's what I was confused about, because the assignment expects a shared pointer to a string expression, and it doesn't accept an optional. If this here was optional, string expression, and then I don't know, some error, maybe an error code or something, that would be easier to figure out. But the fact that this is labeled as auto is confusing. It's just not 100% clear, and I don't actually know what good code would look like here. Instead of is returning the null pointer the right thing to do? It doesn't feel like it. So yeah, if you have any idea, if you're a student that's done this course, please let me know what you think. I actually have no idea. I've tried asking ChatGPT. It basically just suggested to change this to a better type. This auto up here, change it to a better type, but can't do that because I'm pretty sure that will break the rest of the implementation. So yeah, let me know what you think. Give this assignment a shot. It's pretty fun. And if you look at the other assignments, we are actually going to be implementing let me find the assignment page. So we're actually going to be implementing a buffer pool manager. So we'll be allocating all our memory up front, then creating and destroying objects using this pool, which will be cool. Then hash index, I'm assuming that we're going to be implementing some sort of algorithm or some sort of some data structure that allows you to scan a memory block easier. So a hash index is generally, it's like a data structure that is stored inside a memory block or a data block or a memory page, and it essentially tells you where the offset is of your data, so you can easily go to data as opposed to having to scan entire data. So that will be interesting. Then query execution, I'm guessing we're just going to be trying to optimize the speed and execution of these queries, or we may just be implementing, actually literally implementing some of these queries. Don't know, but it sounds pretty cool. And then concurrency control, I have no idea what this is. Something that I have never really programmed in, like concurrent C++ using threads. So that's going to be super interesting. Pretty hyped for that. Yeah, but this will take us through till April. So this is going to be going for sort of 3.5 months. So I'll slowly trickle in videos as these assignments get released, And yeah, so look forward to that. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.